You ready? I'm ready. You ready? Are you watching something? Do I need to wait? All right. Let's do it. I messed up already. Welcome to the St. John Alive podcast. Here it is, the long-awaited thing that everyone has been wondering what the heck is going on, talking about. Thank you, Melanie, for hyping it up on Facebook and keeping me on my toes. Here we are. This is it. It's a podcast, but fear not. If you are underwhelmed in this moment, it's not just a podcast. There's more to it. So that's what we're here to do today. We're going to do an introduction to what the St. John Alive Initiative is. If you don't know who I am, my name is Alan Day. I'm the coordinator of youth and young adult ministries here at St. John Parish and host of a podcast now. So here we go. Here it is. Okay. So this initiative, the St. John Alive Initiative, is really a labor of love and the fruit of a lot of conversation and prayer over the last a lot of months, a long time. Really, since the last Disciple Maker Index came out, and we started the conversation about what it really looks like to be intentional and disciplined about discipleship in the parish. And from there, we had a lot of conversations with pastoral council, parish council, and our parish leadership team. And a lot of the ideas that came out, especially from some of you might remember, we had an evangelization town hall meeting last year. So there's a ton of great ideas that were thrown out there. So what we did was we kind of took a collection of all of those ideas and we've smashed them into this that we're calling St. John Alive. And this is it. So there's three key things that we want to talk about today. Three things that St. John Alive is. One, it's this podcast, right? There's a podcast that's going to act as basically a launching platform for everything else that's going on. We hope that it will turn into small faith communities. And then also we're looking down the road at a monthly live event that will dovetail off of this. So the podcast, what's the point of the podcast? I'll be honest, when people found out we were doing a podcast, I got a lot of comments about like Father Joe and like Father Mike Schmitz and Father John Ricardo and right, all these names got thrown around. And my response was emphatically, no, not like any of those, right? Because each of those individuals has gifts and talents and charisms and an apostolate that is specific to them. And they need to keep doing exactly what they're doing because it's phenomenal work. And I love a good Father Mike Schmitz video, just like the next guy. But what I wanted to see here was a platform for the awesome and amazing people with their own gifts and talents and charisms here in this parish to have a place to grow and thrive and to be raised up as leaders and as disciples. Because the reality is that every single one of us, every single one of you is not only qualified, but commissioned to go out and share the good news of Jesus Christ, share your relationship with others. And so the point and purpose of this podcast is to inspire you to go and do that because you should, because you're awesome. And that's what we want to see. We want to see you thrive and we want to hear your stories. And so that's what we're doing. That's what we're doing with the podcast. So the hope is, from the podcast, we'll have a place where you can go to get involved in small faith communities. And now we have pockets of this that currently go on in the parish, which is awesome, and we want them to keep at it. We also, in addition to that, want to offer a place for those who may not be a part of a small faith community to dive in with a small group of their peers where they can really dive into their own questions about the faith and build healthy, fruitful relationships with others where they can discuss the challenges and the pitfalls and the joys and the triumphs of Catholic life. And so the small faith communities can then be guided by the content here in the podcast and or vice versa, right? We can get feedback from the leaders and the mentors in the small faith communities to guide some of the content here that we talk about. And they'll feed each other and it'll be a beautiful thing. Trust me, that's the vision. We're going with it. Okay, cool. So, Small Faith Communities podcast, live monthly event down the road. I'll be honest, this is a little bit of a pipe dream, but I'm hoping that we can make it happen. I think we can make it happen because I think it's kind of cool. Down the road, what I want to have is a monthly live event where we can gather all of those small faith communities together in an environment that's kind of like a late night talk show / dinner theater environment, sort of laid back, super casual, lighthearted, fun. We'll host a show where we bring cool people in and interview them. There'll be live music, and we'll play goofy games and get some of the audience and engagement and involvement in some of the stuff. And it'll be a blast. Absolute blast is the hope that we can also this can be kind of a touch point for people who may not be Catholic, because the whole point is that it's lighthearted and it's low pressure, and that people outside the community can start to catch a little bit of a glimpse of the vibrancy of Catholic life. It's going to be a beautiful thing. So we'll work toward that, and that's it, right? That's the St. John Alive initiative in a nutshell. We're super excited. So what we're going to do is, along with this intro episode, we're going to launch episode 1 of our Lenten series, right? We're going to do a full Lenten series here on the podcast. We're going to bring in some cool people, and we're going to talk about what it means to be a disciple in Lent. And we're going to dive a little bit into our parish theme for Lent this year, which comes from 2 Corinthians, and kind of the imagery of being earthen vessels and filled with the grace and the love and the mercy of God, and carrying that out into the world. And we're going to dive into all kinds of deep philosophical questions about where do you fill your vessel and all kinds of fun stuff. It's going to be great. It's going to be super cool. So tune in for that. So episode 1 is coming out with this. It should be linked wherever you found this video. We're going to be all over every channel as far as I'm concerned. I'm going to put us everywhere. And it's going to be awesome. So wherever you found this episode, you can find episode 1 of our Lenten series. So dive in. Like it, subscribe to it, follow it, whatever platform you're on, smash all of the requisite buttons that need smashing to make it happen, and enjoy. We hope this is as much a benefit to you as it has been a joy to us to work on and to produce and to get ready for. So thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one. Peace out.